That's old news now.
It's old news.
I mean, how many times can Israel, steal the Iranian nuclear file, assassinate scientists, put an automatic weapon on a highway, like evergreen.
No.
I do think that Raith's point is important. It's very embarrassing for Iran, especially after they had this big warning. But at the end of the day, this was not an Iranian person, and they don't want this to escalate to something that goes into their border. The Iranians are very, very sensitive and pay a lot of attention to symmetry and proportionality. So if I'm an Iranian leader, my feeling is that, well, it's open game on leadership. And I would be concerned, therefore, if I were Israeli security, on the security of Israeli leaders, diplomats, etc. And I would anticipate, not as an and or, but I think it's a given that Iranian international terrorism, Hezbollah, maybe even Hamas, picks up now, because they'll see that as, you did things abroad, we did things abroad. Remember Nasrallah, after Imad Mughniyeh was killed in 2008, saying at Mughniyeh's funeral, because Mughniyeh was killed in Syria, which is outside the traditional fighting area. He said, fine, you want open war, we'll give you open war. I think the Iranians are looking at this and saying much the same, not in terms of literally war, but in terms of the terrorist activity. There will be responses. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some rockets, some drones, especially drones, but I don't anticipate this being massive strikes that of the type that could spill over into war.
Look, maybe just on a tangent here. I mean, an interesting, and maybe this is too much in the weeds, but an interesting dynamic that I've seen in the public discourse on this is a lot of the kind of critics of Hamas, the Sunni organization, being too close to the Iranian Shia regime, basically are pushing the narrative that Iran basically sold out Haniyeh. There's no basis in reality to this, but this is a kind of puts Iran in a defensive position vis-a-vis the kind of Middle Eastern discourse.